Well, a very big welcome back to this final block here in Tbilisi, the IBSA Judo World Cup Tbilisi 2025, just about to start all of its medal matches for the second day of competition. And we've got some of the categories already decided from the round robin events that were held, which were the pool system. And so some of the gold medals already won, but we're going to start on mat 2 here with all of the bronzes and the finals, and the other bronze medal matches will be fought on mat number 1, and it'll be all medal matches on mat number 1, but if you want to see who wins gold or silver, stay with us on mat number 2 here. We'll try and stay here for most of it on mat number 2, and then if it's over with pretty quick, then we'll zap back over to mat number 1 to see the rest of the bronze medal match of that category. Here we're going to start here with Silva of Brazil up against Rak of Kyrgyzstan. This is a bronze medal match in the J1 women's under 60 kilos category. Aresta Silva of Brazil will be in white, and Nadezhda Rak of Kyrgyzstan will be in blue. And for the ones that have just joined us, the J1, or the blind judoka, they're not visually impaired, they're blind, and they're depicted by the red spot and the red dot in the middle of the back patch, and you'll see it when they turn around. They have to be guided to the center. They have to take a grip with both sleeve and lapel, and then it's a jimmy and away they go. And as they get towards the end of the yellow area, Jogai will be called by the referee, and it will hopefully give them an idea where they are and pull them back into the center, or stop them from drifting out of the yellow area. So a lot more time being given on the second day to the Newaza and the build up to the Newaza, because on the first day probably a few too many mates, a little bit too early. It's always nice to see anyway the transition from Tachiwaza down into Newaza, and of course the Kumakata, absolutely imperative. They've got to grip up, they've got to have two hands on. They can take a hand off to attack, but they've got to put it immediately back on if they're not attacking. They've got to square up the feet as well. Have a look at the feet there, square them up and away they go again. Not far off there. Oh, gets a Yuko for that. And Rak with an Ashiwaza there. Well, no, they've given it to white, have they? Yes, it's gone to white. Silver was the one that got the Ashiwaza, so quickly changed over there. Nastorova of the neutral Paralympic athletes is the under 60 kilos other representative on mat number 1, and she's up against Manzanero of Spain. And I think that's all over. Nasharova is the winner of that one. It is blue. Well, can we just have one more look at that, Philip, and just have a little look, see what happened there, and we'll try and, yes, well, well, if they can't decide, better to give to none, I would have said. And it's white that went in for the Kouchigaki, but it was blue that tried to counter. It's an interesting one with the Kouchigaki as well, but did she have enough control of the hands? So I don't know what they've decided to do. They've given it to Rak for the counter. Oh, that wasn't far off, was it there? And, well, Silva goes to her knees there. Exactly the same rules. I don't know where she's going there, but exactly the same rules as able-bodied, and it's just the mates that's the difference, and especially with J1. So J1, J2s, they have partial sight, and that can vary with different things. It could either be peripheral vision, or it can be light that affects, and it can be something that sometimes they are able to actually make their own way back to the line. And with the J1s, it's not possible. Tried for the Koso to Gary again there. Silva. Just on top at the moment, Rack. So as you can see there, Rack, not only is she blind, but she's also deaf. So the referee has to tap her on the shoulder, let her know what the situation is, and also sometimes if penalty is given, sign language on the hand, or the top of the hand. Oh, she's gone over. And a Wazari for Silva coming up to a minute to go. And she dropped right the way underneath there for the Seatoshi. She had good control of the arm, and that was a good driving Seatoshi there from Silva. Kosaragaki, and that's going to be it. Wazari Rossetti Hippon, and it's all over. Silva has taken the bronze medal there, and that was a nice one. She was actually looking for that Kosaragaki all the way through, and this time the position was absolutely perfect. Nice technique there from Silva, and she wins the second bronze medal. Larissa Silva finishes with an ippon. Here's how she catches the leg. This is the first Seatoshi, ippon Seatoshi there. And there's the Kosaragaki there, absolutely on her back. Wasn't quite absolutely flat, was it? Had kind of two different parts to it, but what a good technique. Wazari Rossetti Hippon. So now the final of the J1 women's under 60 kilos category. Anzila Havzuk of the Ukraine and Natalia Ovchinnikova of the neutral Paralympic athletes. The referee will be John Remeka of the Netherlands. So away we go, straight in for the Makikomi. Knew exactly what she wanted there. Ovchinnikova trying for the turnover in the Newaza. Got to say the transition a lot sharper now. And again, in for the Makikomi there. Havrasuk of the Ukraine this time, but all the time on the hands and knees. Well, I was just asked actually what the most important thing is that I thought that for the visually impaired and the blind, and I said that the transition was absolutely imperative, but also the kumakata. You see how important it is right from the beginning there, the kumakata, but not just the kumakata for opening the opponent up there for the attack, but also for the control right the way through, and also for the transition. So this situation here now, the hands are already in, as you can see, and now needs a bit of momentum to start it all off. So the Makikomi of Ovchinnikova just letting go with the hands all the time. So important for the referee as well to be in the right place when they start up. He's got to be facing the camera. Now wrapping up the midsection. Doesn't look like it's going anywhere, does it there? Well, again, trying for the Makikomi and easily stopped there. Havrasuk of the Ukraine. This is where she looks dangerous. If she's going to catch her anywhere, it's going to be down there. No penalties on the board either. Well, one small score will do it, and that wasn't far off. Judo for Havrasuk. Too far through every time with that. That Sodamaka Komi. Good if you've got really good control of the sleeve, but just failing to gain control. Coming up to the last minute, and it will go into golden score if there is no score. Neither one really looking as if they're close to scoring. Into the last minute. Now, can she wrap it up? She needs to go with it, get some kind of momentum. Well, a lot of time being given for them down there, and now Mate called. One small score will do this, will decide the winner, I think. Ladies, both of them know exactly where the other one is. Looking for the Taniotoshi there. Taniotoshi would have just taken her backwards there. Havrasuk and Ovchikanova just absolutely neck and neck here. One Shido in it. Tries the Yokogaki. Well, they haven't had much luck down there, have they? They've both been pretty tight down there. Now again, no hands there. After Canova just throwing her body across, but is this a possibility here for the Shimiwaza? There's a possibility that might be on, and the referee trying to keep pace with it. Better to let it come round. One minute to golden score. Well, at the moment, I've got to say, I don't know how they're going to decide this one. Pretty even. Possibility for a second Judo here for Havrasuk. Not great attacks, are they, by Avdinakova, but I think it's going to be enough to get a second Judo. One more attack, and there's an attack there from Havrasuk. So nearly. That counter there was nearly there, but she's still going to have to make sure that she's first in here. Havrasuk hasn't made the first move for a while. Well, that for me was just dropping. I mean, literally just turning in with no hands whatsoever there. Ovchikhanova. Oh, that's it. She'll get the Yuko for it, and she steals it with that. Ovchikhanova then just manages to do the, well, I think it's Yoko Gaki, isn't it? Or Yoko Toshi, but just manages to get a small score on there. It's just the difference between the two, very close, but Ovchikhanova wins the gold medal. So gold medal then for Ovchikhanova. That was it. Just about gets the direction, gets the landing then on the backside there. First awarding ceremony then. So this is the first medal ceremony of the J1 women's under 70 kilograms category there, and the medals will be presented by the chairman of the IBSA, Mr. Janos Tados. Third place, Esma Taskin of Turkey. One bronze medal given in this category. second place, silver medalist then, Theodora Pasgilidou of Greece. Representing Brazil, the gold medalist then, Brenda Souza de Freitas. Big smile on her face.
The flowers presented the Vice President of the Georgian Parliament Committee,
the Vice President of the Georgian National Paralympic Committee, Mr. Georgi Abrielashvili, presenting the flowers. And now for the national anthem of Brazil. Time for everybody just to be friends for a little while till the next one. Esma Taskin, third place, bronze medalist. Theodora Pasgilidou of Greece, second, and the silver medalist. And the gold medalist, Brenda Souza Freitas of Brazil. Well, we've still got more action to come. The action will be the J1 men's under 95 kilograms bronze medal matches. Tell you a little bit more about those in a minute, but I think we're going to do another medal ceremony first. Remember that we had some round robin matches that decided the gold medalists and silver medalists and the bronze medalists, of course, in some of the weight categories. So as we wait for them to get ready, so the over 70 kilos J1 women's category here. Just gold and silver medal awarded in this category, and the medal is going to be presented by the Sports Commission member of the International Judo Federation and three-time world champion, Ms. Yuri Alvia. Silver medalist then, Milena de Freitas of Brazil. And the gold medalist, Anastasia Hanik of the Ukraine. And the flowers are going to be presented by my dear friend and commentator of the International Judo Federation Sports Commission of IBSA now, and she's a former world and European champion, Loretta Cusack-Doyle. And now for the national anthem of Ukraine. Silver medalist then, Melina de Freitas of Brazil, and the gold medalist Anastasiya Hanik of the Ukraine.
And now it's time for next bronze medal contest for J1 men's under 95 kilo. Let's welcome the referees.
J1 men's under 95 kilos bronze medal matches, and Daniel Powell of Great Britain just about to step out on mat number 2. Devendra Yadav of India, his opponent, and Daniel Powell will be trying to amend a bad start to the day, and I know how determined he will be to do that. Paralympic silver medalist Dan Powell. The other bronze medal match will be Adalbekov of Kazakhstan up against Selivanov of the neutral Paralympic athletes. That's happening on tatami 1.
Tatami 2 in one category representing Great Britain, Paris Paralympic Games silver medalist Daniel Powell. In blue category representing India, Devendra Yadav.
Well, it's a determined Dan Powell coming out from Great Britain in white to my left of the screen, and to the right Yadav of India. Devendra Yadav in blue. Now they're away, and this is going to be a different situation, I think, with Dan Powell here. He's not happy about it. He'll take the grip off. Strong with the grips, Dan Powell. Just needs to make sure that he controls the grips and get the lead for the throw. Now moving, and that's obviously the main key point here, and it's going to be a Judo, I think, for Yadav. Hasn't had much chance to do anything, has he, out there, but I think Dan Powell just needs to get the feeling for it and then put the big attack in. I think the referee saying, well, let's see some good strong attacks here. Ouchigari, and that's going to be a Wazari. Nice Ouchigari there by Dan Powell. He's going to try and wrap it all up here. And is he going to go onto the arm? Perfect opportunity there for the arm. Looks for the Newaza. He's going to go again on it. This time, hopefully, to hook into the arm. And he says, no, let's stand up. So a nice explosive Ouchigari there from Dan Powell. Nicely taken. Really drove off that back leg, didn't he? Yes. Got to go right into the centre there. Much better when he's moving, Powell. Looking for the Uranagi. Utsurigoshi, is it going to be? Well, he's going to get a Yuko for it there. It wasn't quite the landing that he wanted there. But the idea was there. I think at first he thought, well, shall I go for the Utsuri or shall I take him backwards? .360-degree turn there, Dan Powell. Now, well, didn't want the grip there. He wasn't quite sure about the Kumakata there. Thought, well, I'll try and Ashiwaza him on the way out. Just a matter of time, I think. Here now, we haven't seen an attack from Yadav. Look at that, straight in there. He knew exactly where he was there, didn't he? And he wants to get this all done and dusted here, Dan Powell. He's got a Seanagi as well that he can do. He wants to stay inside the area. He's going to go right the way underneath him any second now. Uchimata! Well, Uchimata didn't have the sleeve. Well, this is a very different Dan Powell, the one that got caught flat. And just managed to snatch that right arm away, didn't he there, Pavel? Yadav, I'm sorry. Halfway through the contest. Still haven't seen the Seanagi yet. He does it on the other side, does it on the left. So we might have a little problem with the jacket here, I'm not sure. The referee will escort them back. Oh, I thought there was a rip on the jacket then for a second. I know Dan Powell's strong, but not that strong. Well, this is valuable mat time for Powell, who's come back after the Paralympics. Wasn't sure whether he was going to just take 6 months off, and obviously decided against it. When we talked, he was trying to work out as to what events he should do or think about doing. And I look for that Ouchigari again. Getting the good pull on it for the action reaction. Ian Johns shouting out his advice. Always there for them. Osodagari, and it's all over. And he takes him over there for a great Osodagari there, Dan Powell. And absolutely blasts him over, flat onto his back there. Brilliant stuff there from Dan Powell. And he just exploded, didn't he, off that back leg. Well, I thought he was looking for the Ouchigari again. Dan Powell then, a little bit of a save there for him, and Ian Johns will be talking to him again now, and they say thank you very much for that. That was a good contest from Dan Powell, and that's always what we expect from him, and he'll have a look at what went wrong in his first fight. Watch him blast off the back leg there. That's the Ouchigari. So explosive. Almost scored with this as well, didn't he? Well, he did score, actually. Scores a Yuko. Don't know if he knew where he was going to go there, but loved the idea. And then look at this just to finish it off there. Big reaching Osodagari there. Love the action reaction. He snatches the grip off and he blasts in for an Osodagari to win the bronze medal.
And now it's time for final contest. J1 is under 95 kg. Więc od finału się po raz J1 uważa, że to za podmiot programu kategoria. We will have the referee for New Zealand, Mr. Craig Madrid. And now, the finalists representing United
The final then of the J1 men's under 95 kilogram category. Craig Bartlett of New Zealand will be refereeing this final. Cavalcante de Silva of Brazil, the Paralympic gold medalist. Shamsila of Turkey in white. Had a good run through to the final. But watch out for Cavalcante de Silva, because he's very upright and he has some lovely technique as well. Paralympic gold medalist. He was the one that surprised Dan Powell in his opening contest. They're both just a little bit reluctant to attack first, take the chance. Now, sleeve and lapel. And he'll just feel it out with the Ashiwaza there on the outside of the leg. And then he'll come either inside for the Uchimata, or he'll do that. And he'll just scoop the leg up there for the Ashiwaza. And now, looking for the Newaza. I love the fact as well that he's always right on it there for the Newaza. Needed a bit of momentum though. Not a good place though for Kimsila to be, because you can always get caught in Newaza, especially if they're persistent. Bit more time being given there. And he's looking for the Shimiwaza as well. Now looking for the hold down. And he gets the Tati Shogatami, and that's why he didn't need to stay there. And now he just needs to secure the upper part there. He's got the Tati Shogatami, and the seconds are ticking away. He's already got a Wazari on the board, and he's out. Is he going to go for the arm? The arm must be there. And Craig Bartlett giving them more time down there, because he could still finish it here now. And he's going to come on top again. And he goes, Osai Komi, 10 seconds needed here to finish this off. And this was a nice bit of groundwork here by Cavalcante de Silva of Brazil. And it's all over. Rosario Rossetti Ippon. Ippon all the way for Cavalcante de Silva. And that's why he wears the gold patch. That was a good win. And have a look at how he built up for it here. Cavalcante de Silva then attacked hard in Newaza. I always say that it's not the place to be. Kim Silla thought, I'll defend it from here. But if you've got somebody persistent on your back and somebody who knows what they're doing, then they're always going to catch you in the end. So turns it for a Wazari, doesn't he, for the Tati Shogatami. Didn't quite have the upper part of the body under control. So after, I think it was about 12, 13 seconds, he managed to turn out. But then he went again, came back up on top. Really good that, because they were in the middle of the mat there, of course, not only was it a Wazari, but give him a second chance there to have a second dib. And he gets Wazari Rossetti Ippon. Medal ceremony of the J1 women's plus 70 kilos category. Flowers, directed by the sport director of IBSA Judo European Champion. Turkiya silver 5 kilos category for men. Representing Brazil, silver medalist then Rebecca Silva. Gold medalist Adana Gadzhitsky of Kazakhstan. And the flowers will be presented by the President of Sport Medical Association, Mr. Zurab Kabrashvili. Please, everybody stand for the national anthem of Kazakhstan. Kirsten Taylor, bronze medalist then, and Rebecca Silva for Brazil, and Adana Kazitsky of Kazakhstan on top of the rostrum. The next contest out then will be the J2 men's under 95 kilograms bronze medal match. Pasha Kizilashvili of Georgia will be up against Marcelo Casanova of Brazil. That's going to happen on mat number 2. On mat number 1, it's going to be Ablay Adalbekov of Kazakhstan up against Pavel Salivanov of the neutral Paralympic athletes. Refereeing this mat, Rolando Cruz of the Dominican Republic. Kishilashvili of Georgia, very popular character in white, very, very experienced, but up against the very informed Casanova. There they go, J2 men's under 95 kilo bronze medal match. Just being pinned on the edge of the area here, Casanova by Kizilashvili. And Jogai has been called out, but he knows he wants to come back in, and he's waiting for the reaction, Kizilashvili. He wants him to come back in. Already sorted on the other mat. Goral of Germany just wins the bronze medal on the other mat. So now on top, can he get through? He's got a Jujikatami as well, Kizilashvili. So if he can start the ball rolling, or the person, that is. Still to attack yet, Casanova. And again, he's backed him up to the edge. Let's see if he attacks off it. Really, I don't think backing somebody up and pushing hard, but you need to use the action-reaction if you can. A little bit frustrated. Casanova just knows what he wants. Been outpowered in his previous match, and I think he feels the same here a bit. And he does get a Shido for not attacking. Immediately into the Hajime. Tries the Makikomi. Well, I'm really happy to have in the commentary position just take us through this last couple of fights. Loretta Doyle, who is not only our former world champion, newly appointed 9th Dan, my dearest friend, and we've got a few stories, haven't we?
Oh, definitely. Many.
We're not going to say them on air, though, are we?
We go back decades, don't we?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that's just showing our age, but it makes it all fun.
It does.
And the fun's really just getting started on this man, isn't it? The depth in this weight category has been very strong, hasn't it?
It has. I was just saying that Casanova, you know, he's a little bit outstrengthed by the Georgians. He had a really strong one in the semi-final, and he's got a second Shido up there. He's struggling with the power. Kizalishvili, of course, very experienced, but not the strongest of the two. The one in final, of course, is Gokachuri, is so physically strong, as you'll see.
Yeah, well, we'll see him a little bit later on. But obviously they're fighting for a bronze medal, and only one can go through, and both of these deserve to be on the podium, don't they?
Yeah, there's been a few
when you
like
go
that.
over a lot of the performances they've had throughout the years, and when you actually see them warming up in the background, they're a league on their own, this weight category. It stands out like a sore thumb out in the back and on this mat here.
Well, we've seen some great judo, we really have, but some too many. Well, I actually said to the referee supervisors, I said I'd like to see more Newaza, and we just did actually. We saw a lot more Newaza in the second day of competition than we did yesterday, because they're just giving them a bit more time to go down.
Yeah, I think it's that sort of problematic sort of thing when they go into the niwaza. If they don't stay connected, it's just trying to find their way into a position that they can follow through very quickly without that pause, and that's the issue, isn't it? If they back there having to call these guys that always want sort of, that's why we talk about percentages, don't we? That's got to give them a little bit of a percentage of performing better.
I think so. I think it's great, and you know, it is important that we obviously treat it, and it is exactly the same. I mean, the IBSA Judo World Cup, I mean, is in a great venue. Like you say, we just come off the back of the Grand Slam here, and they were up to the rafters there. I mean, it was amazing. But we've got a lot more people here today, I've got to say.
Well, this is a very popular weight category, and a good chance of a gold medal.
I was going to say, I think it helps that they've got a Georgian in there.
Yes, yes.
Final then of the J2 men's under 95 kilogram category. Then Zviad Gokachuri of Georgia, and he's up against Lacha Manea of France. And I can tell you this is going to be great, because Lacha Manea here was the silver medalist, and I haven't got.
I think you're right there.
So looking for the Ochigari Uchimata.
Yes.
He's had no problems all the way through. Both of them have just found their way through fairly easily.
Could you imagine in the Grand Slam that we would say to our athletes, you grew up first before you start?
No.
You wouldn't get that many Shidos, would you?
Well, I think they, you know, the thing is that now they do have to stay gripped, don't
Yes.
they? And they're not allowed to snatch away.
That's correct.
So they have to keep one grip.
Tayatoshi, and so it's a lot to come back off. 2.5 minutes though, plenty of time. It's a lot to come back off. 2.5 minutes though, plenty of time.
And you're-
Coming up, a couple of medal ceremonies, and I've got a bit of work to do, Neil.
Well, come up, say hello. What a time to come up.
Nice water. Bronze medalist represent.
Then Larissa Silva, bronze medalist. Alsu Nasirova. Next presentation is going to be the J1 men's plus 95 kilos category. And while they get ready, just stay with us, don't go away. Bronze medal, Pavel Selivanov.
Silver medalist representing Kazakhstan.
Now for the national anthem of Brazil.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. For last category, J2 men's plus 95, Jake Orson.
Not quite sure what went on then, but they had a little look just to see, but now Hodgson realises that he has to be on the move here, saying, well, maybe that was it. Well, maybe here, Adgaleyev is a Shido down. Well, definitely Asgaleyev is waiting for the overbalance, and then he's going to capitalize on it. That's the closest we've been there, isn't it, really? Asgaleyev, Hodson. Asgaleyev gets a second Shido just for dropping on his feet, but there we go, 2 Shidos apiece. He needs to keep going. Needs to keep going. Well, this looks better and better. Hodson going for it. And that was 2 really strong. Hodson going for it. Attacks there from Hodson. Well, Ian Johns was, well, not despondent, but he was a little bit disappointed. He wanted a finalist, and he ends up with 3 medals for Great Georgia. Brevaz, Georgia. Chikoidze of Georgia in. Well, not as big. Not as big. Great commitment. Great Kazushi as well on over there. They're so well taken. It really was. Latch around that outside to finish this. 3 more medal ceremonies to go. So don't leave us yet, please. But it has been an absolutely tremendous competition. Second day of competition. We're just about to do the medal ceremony then. And we have got the medal ceremony of the J1 men's under 95 kilograms category. So the president of the Georgian national performance, a really brilliant performance. He looked in a class of his own.
The floors are presented by the member of 90 of Judo, World European Champion, Mr. Brown Akosh.
Flowers being presented by a member of IBSA Judo, World and European Champion, Mr. Akos Braun.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now it's time for family photo.
The Georgian Judo Federation, Mr. Levan Nazadze. The Georgian Judo Federation, Mr. Levan Nazadze will present Zviad Gokaturi of Georgia, Secretary General of the Georgian National Paralympic Committee, Mr. Ravaz Ravashvili. So now for
Kilogramów, 5 kategoria. 5 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 kilogramów, 5 kate The medals will The medals will be presented.
Medals are going to be presented. Medals are going to be presented. Final to finish with. Rusek. Final to finish with. Ruslan Albakati. This tournament here